2, 1.
Good evening. We are back at our new time of 6 o'clock for our Los Alamitos Unified School District Board of Education meeting. And we came out of closed session back into open session, and we have nothing to report. No action was taken at this time. And I have asked Dr. Friedman if he would be so kind to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. We will move into our executive summary workshops. I do want to be very clear that we take, if anybody wants to speak to the board, we take cards at the beginning of the meeting. We will not take cards after the beginning of the meeting. So wonderful. And then we are going to go into our executive summary, and Mrs. Galicia.
Thank you, Madam President. Earlier this afternoon, we had the privilege of Mr. C.J. Nolan presenting to the board an update on where we are with the multi-story STEM building. Mr. Nolan presented, in his presentation, it included information related to the construction progress and the opening of the new multi-story STEM building at the high school. His presentation included dates for upcoming milestones and events regarding to the completion of the building, staffing moves, and the ribbon cutting ceremony. The building is on schedule to be open for the upcoming school year, and we have scheduled a grand opening ceremony on August 24th. We reviewed the ongoing construction activities and discussed challenges with material delays that have been resolved by adjusting the construction schedule to prioritize the completion of the classrooms. The building is expected to be fully open for the start of the school year on August 15th, with punch list completion items to take place after school hours as required. So thank you, Mr. Nolan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Nolan. And Mrs. Galicia, the presentation, will it be up on the website as well?
Yes, it will.
That'll be amazing because there are some phenomenal photos in there. So take a look, and we are really excited and appreciative of all the work that has gone in to make this extraordinary building. Thank you, and thank you to your team. We will now move on to reports, recognitions, and we will have Dr. Pulver give a superintendent's report about what's been going on this summer.
Thank you, Madam President. Esteemed members of the board, you are correct. Tonight, I want to spend a little bit of time just talking about some of the things that we do at the district office and across our facilities and our campuses during the summer, because while our students and the majority of our staff do get a summer break, most of us, or many of us here at the district office and some of our classified employees are 12-month employees, and it's actually a very hectic and busy time. And so one of the things that we've done collectively already, as we do each summer, as we meet as a board and a governance team, we typically bring in a facilitator to work with us to really take a look at our priority goals. One of the things I love about this board is that our priority goals don't dramatically change. We try to keep the main thing and really keep focused on what those essentials are. But we also take a look at our governance structure and any protocols that we do. And so we held that at the end of June. Our summer programs are fully going on. Our K-4 and our middle school are wrapping up this week, and then the high school will wrap up at the end of next week. Some of you have been joining me on walkthroughs. This is a week of walkthroughs of our summer programs. We had the pleasure of visiting our middle school program that's at Oak Middle School today, actually. What a phenomenal program that our summer opportunities that we're able to provide students who are really in need of additional instructional opportunities, as well as this year trying to maintain some of our enrollment, even providing some enrichment opportunities through our summer programs. And so it was exciting to see our kids were having fun and being engaged. And sometimes you think, oh, going to summer school might feel like a chore, but our teachers and our administrators running our summer programs just do a phenomenal job and really helping our kids build the skill sets to launch the school year that we're coming up into next year. Our K-4 program is at Hopkinton Elementary. It'll be wrapping up this week as well. And then our summer program and our summer bridge and credit recovery is going on at Los Alamitos High School. And we look forward to that. What's not on here, and some of us are also going to be touring on Friday, is the LAIF classes that is over, I believe it's at Lee Elementary. Oh, there it is. I just had to go down a bullet at Lee Elementary. And so our LAIF Summer Enrichment Institute, along with all of our camps and things of that sort that are on multiple campuses across the way. And then our extended school year for students in various programs that is being held throughout the district, as long as even here for our adult transition here at the district office. Additionally, this summer, as you heard earlier at our workshop, we are wrapping up construction of our STEM building. It is a daunting task, but I have complete confidence in our team, and we're really excited about the STEM building opening up. And the other thing, once the construction is done, there's a whole process of moving teachers and staff and furniture into that building, and so that will be coming up within the next few weeks. This year, we've been planning a leadership advance. We do some type of leadership opportunities for staff. We're really focusing in on our administrators, our principals, our counselors, psychologists. We're doing a 2-day training. It's similar to what we provided for our coaches, which was Coaching for Greatness. And so it's 2 days of training for our administrators to provide more ongoing support for them and leadership training. We have our new employee and our new teacher orientation coming up by the end of July as well. At the end of June, our Director of Safety and Student Services organized an additional violent intruder safety training for staff. As you know, we've trained all of our staff in how to deal with a violent intruder if that was something to happen. Actually, we even trained the board if something was to happen here at a board meeting, what would be the right ways to approach that. But it's always good for staff to get a refresher, and so we made it optional. And we're providing, Dr. Friedman is looking into providing more opportunities at school sites for next year as well for staff. So there'll be ample opportunities to refresh those skills and knowledge and calm our fears. Doing a lot of interviews. This is always the time where we're trying to get ready for the start of the school year. There's a lot to prepare for, in addition to teacher interviews. And I think we had a couple of teachers who resigned or retired. Some teachers like to go without any fanfare. And so we had a couple. I know just another one at the high school, I believe, Gordon McDuff. Just retired quietly, and so we're filling a science position there. But administrative, we are wrapping up our high school assistant principal of curriculum and instruction. We just wrapped up our elementary assistant principal. Nadia Williams was selected to be the assistant principal at LAE. So it's nice to be able to see Nadia Williams coming back after she left us for a year. Our child development center, which is really our preschool coordinator position, we just filled that position as well. And then we are looking to wrap up our director of food services position. So certainly a busy time. All of our crews at our school sites, also this is when they go in and they do the deep cleaning within the classrooms and the school sites. As you know, we've been doing our solar construction, so that's been ongoing as well. Weaver Elementary starts first, and so we expect that project to be completed before they return back to school for the 22-23 school year. And then facilities department, on top of construction and solar, always has certain projects that are going on that we take a look at this summer, including, many of you may have noticed, the rehabilitation that we do yearly. So at McCullough Field is under rehab right now as well, along with some of the things at Los Alamitos Elementary, just was part of our 10-year ongoing deferred maintenance program since the buildings have been modernized to ensure that they stay that way. And then I thought I would add, as we talked a little bit during our workshop, our STEM building is coming to completion. Remember, it's about 86,000 square feet of 30 classrooms plus career center, student center, CTE room, counseling services, health services, et cetera, and our administration. And so our ribbon cutting ceremony will be August 24th, 2022. So just it'll be after school starts, but before the high school is back to school night, so that we can make sure we have our focus is on the school year. And that'll be a ribbon cutting ceremony, which will probably have more of our dignitaries, elected officials, our CBOC, previous board members, et cetera, key members in the community. And then following that, we'll do a community open house. So let's say that the ribbon cutting ceremony may start around 4 o'clock, and maybe the community open house would be around 5:30 or 6, so that the community also can really come and tour this magnificent building, because really the community is what made this possible through the passage of Measure G and the ability to tax ourselves to really invest in our students and their future. So we look forward to sharing this wonderful facility with our students, with our staff, and with the community, and doing our ribbon cutting ceremony and our community open house on August 24th. And that completes my report.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pulver. And there is no doubt that there's been a lot of activity and a lot of things going. And so I just really appreciate you taking the time to share that. Board comments? Okay. Thank you. And we are very excited about that building opening up. So I don't think we need a recess. Okay. So we'll skip item 7. And I have Mrs. D'Angelo. Do I have any cards? I have no public comment cards. So we will move on to information and presentations. And we'll start with 9A, Dr. Pulver.
Thank you, Madam President. We are presenting today for presentation of supplemental materials, Trilogy, Las Aprensias. It's just a Spanish. I won't read the entire. My Spanish is not as good as Deputy Reed's. Along with Habits of a Successful String Musician, which will be used as supplemental materials that'll be on preview for the next 30 days.
Wonderful. And since I don't play an instrument or speak Spanish, I don't think I'll be asking for either one of those. Thank you very much for that. And then we're going to move on to 9B, which is our quarterly report on Williams uniform complaints.
Thank you. Yes, this is just our quarterly report for Williams. We have no complaints to present.
Fabulous. And now we are going to move on to our consent calendar. And consent items are items that the board takes one motion on because they are typical in nature. And do I have any polls? No polls. So I would ask for a motion for consent items A through AK.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? So I will call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you. We will now move on to our action items, and action item 11A is the approval of supplemental materials. And do I have a motion? A second?
Second.
Discussion? Seeing that there is no discussion, then we will.
I can just give you an update of what the approval
thank
is.
you.
This is the Sonday LPL Systems 1, 2, and 3. It is a supplemental material or a textbook for the 2023. It's a structured multisensory reading intervention for readers at the beginning stages of reading through the end of 8th grade, and it has been on public preview, and it's now ready for the board to be able to approve officially.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Dr. Pulver. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. We will now look at the approval of a textbook. Dr. Pulver.
Thank you. This is the chemistry class, National Geographic World of Chemistry. We plan to use this for the upcoming school year. Following an extensive analysis and piloting through our teachers, our chemistry teachers have selected this publisher. And it's been on preview for the public to review, and now opportunity for the board to approve.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Yes, Mrs. Cattouli.
Okay, this is a very vital comment. It's going to be exciting to have the chemistry teachers and students in new classrooms with new labs and a new textbook. I mean, it's just like so new. What? With new standards. Yes. So, yes, we're just on the cutting edge here.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Mrs. Cattouli. I'll now call for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. As opposed? Passes 5-0. We will now move on to the approval of warrants. Warrants are the checkbook of the district. Since we had a meeting just 2 weeks ago, I think it was only 17 pages. And it was. And so what the board has an opportunity to do is to review every bill that is paid. And then if we have specific questions, we send those in to Mrs. Galici's office, and then they come back with an explanation of what those warrants may be. And so we're looking for approval of warrants totaling over $4,212,000. And that's the period of July 5th through,
That's wrong.
that's wrong, because it's not through July, it must be 16th.
I
Should
think
we,
it's June 5th through July 6th. June.
good thing I read that. So it should be June as amended, So June 5th through July 6th? And so do I have a motion?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. We now are looking at the acceptance of donations. And just as a reminder, we have started our new fiscal year. But we still have donations. It's just amazing. Thank you very much to a very generous public who never forgets that La Salle Unified appreciates their donations. And we just begin the year and we're already at $24,993. So do I have a motion? A second?
Second.
Any other discussion?
Thank you.
Thank you. Moved and seconded. I'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. We are now moving on to the approval of a title change for health benefits and risk management specialist. Dr. Pulver.
Yes, thank you, President Hill. This is a title change to a job description that we have, and we had a vacancy and thought it would be a better time to change the title. It was called something like personnel technician or specialist. And that was a little vague, but really this individual position deals with our health benefits and risk management. So we thought that'd be important to put in the title so the people know what they're applying for. So it has gone through the Personnel Commission, who's approved the change as well within the classification. No other changes to the salary or the location on the salary schedule. It's really a title change through the process.
Thank you very much. And we really do appreciate our Personnel Commission for helping us be able to do this really important work. So do I have a motion?
So,
Hopefully Ms. Tina got the first and second. Any other discussion? No discussion? I'll call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. We are now moving on to the approval of a title change for classified personnel specialist. Dr. Pulver.
Yeah, so this is another title change within our job descriptions. We noticed we wanted to have parity. We have a certificated personnel specialist, and then we have a classified personnel technician. They're paid on the same salary schedule, the same salary range, but typically we use the word technician for a level a little bit lower. And so we wanted to put parity within that. So we're changing the title only to specialist to be commensurate with where we are with the certificated side, same salary, et cetera.
And that's already an existing employee.
It is an existing employee. We didn't have a change, but when we noticed we were doing some of these others, that it's a good opportunity to put parity together. Titles sometimes mean a lot to people.
It does.
So,
That's awesome.
and this too has been approved.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? 0. Passes 5-0. We are now going to move on to the approval of the title change of job description for the Human Resources Personnel Technician. You really have been very busy with titles.
We have, and this one again, a title change, no change to the salary. This used to be called personnel subdesk, and as you know, our subsystem, a lot of it is automated, and so it allows the opportunity for that individual to do more general support as well to personnel. And so we thought we would layer in that title to make it more reflective that it's supporting the entire HR team, not just with the subs, but largely the subs as well. And so with that, it's just the title change to personnel technician.
Wonderful. Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
And a second? Second. Great. Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. We will now look at our classified personnel report, our certificated personnel report, and our administrative personnel report, and we will take them, I will take them as one motion. Thank you. Moved and seconded. Any comments?
They have the Personnel Commission and our Human Resources Department is always extremely busy this time of year.
Yes.
So I'd like to say thank you to them.
It is a busy time. This
was a-
represents the personnel actions from the last board meeting. There will be more. We've been working a lot with our instructional aides as well. Recruitment's ongoingly, so I know there'll be more at the next board meeting.
Well, that's
important, yeah.
wonderful. We love bringing more people into into LaSalle Unified to support our students. So I have a first and a second, Mrs. Dinchlow. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Now we would go back into closed session if closed session was necessary. I don't believe there's any reason for closed session. So I will now adjourn the meeting at 6:23. Thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of your summer. Next time we'll see you will be the day after school starts.